Dog number 2. That's mute. Actually, there's a mute on here, isn't there? I think. Look for where the mute is on here. Can't see it. Well, I think it's turn generator off. Mute it, turn that off, turn that back on. No sound. Okay. Go back down there. Activate that one and that one. That's up there on dog 1. So dog 2 there, there was dog 2, there's dog 1, dog 3's behind me. That needs a level adjustment slightly, I think. That's okay there. Lower adjustment. You can always change these basic EQs on here. Probably won't use the EQs on the stormaudio, unless of course those EQ levels or a band or pass or high pass filter, low pass or high pass, band pass filter is applied equally to each output channel, left to right. Otherwise, if one channel is slightly different than the other, when aligning the pink noise through the logic circuit, the Pro Logic circuit, the signal will be all skewed, meaning it's going to drift over to the other side, and you got to readjust it. And then you hear, say, maybe like a bit of high frequency on the other side, because the levels and frequencies are they got to be level matched frequency, and any equalizing adjustment that has to be done on those SA10s for making individual changes, timbre matching, frequency, that sort of thing. Otherwise the signal will be skewed up, it'd be all out of alignment. So if I put the other one on, which would be directly above me, it's going to be, let me see. Yeah, I can hear how loud that is by using my ears. Sound's going over that side now because one tone generator's turned off. I'll turn the other one off and on. It sounds over that way because it's on a logic circuit. Put both on and then it equals output. So yeah, I know a little bit of level adjusting's got to be done there. A little bit of level adjusting there. It's a little bit on the high side, needs to be adjusted a little bit. So that's the whole point now, and why I wanted to get the pink noise output in all channels, because there's no way I'll be able to calibrate alignment, frequency, etc, etc. Turn that off. Now, middle, there we go. That's sounding above me. Interesting, because I could go there, turn another pink jerk. So I've got one sounding there, one sounding, I think it's over there. So I could do kind of crisscrossing. It's very, very, very disorientating, I have to say. Just make that level down a bit. There we go. I can hear it. I can hear it in there. But the other levels need to be knocked down a little bit. Bit of instinct. The once everything's really adjusted, the tiny little thread, the little slot in the screw, if everything was rigorously tested, these positions, you know, I could get them to be, say, like in, just adjust it, say, for example. It takes a bit of doing. So get it so the screw is in that kind of position. It takes a little bit of doing, but the very fine adjustments you get with doing it with the potentiometers is very precise. That's what they are. They're for fine precision. Even though the stormaudio and most others are doing the dB steps in variables of 0.1 dB steps. Actually, it's a little bit more lower than that. If you add on another 0, you're going in very, very fine adjustment. And that's just to making sure that, say, if I were to pass it through a Logic circuitry to expand, make the sound, the overheads, way better than what they regularly are playing at in most, I would say, dubbing stages, cinemas, even some home cinemas. Probably the only home cinema that's doing this. So, as to doing, I'm just trying to think here, because you can do some sort of inverting. Let me see. Yeah, I can see inverting, plurality inverting. Let me see if it does it or not. I'm not sure if it does, but this one here, over here. No, but if I invert one channel of the signal, the sound's now going to my below surround. So there's a very, very unusual scene in Baby Driver where there's a signal that's kind of going above and below with a certain music scene. All right, that's okay. That's I could do my below surround there. So I can tell the pink noise tone is different, and I'll just measure it with the microphone, look at the frequency response, listen to the characteristic. Obviously the speakers are different to the other JBL. But yeah, I've got pink noise back down on my below surround channels. That's the ones just going below me, and I've got to put another decoder in the rack, maybe here, to do the other below surround channel, and that works very effective with the movie Unbroken. So if I put the two signals back on but inverted, the signal goes back overhead. But if they were playing with any other sound on the other speakers, the signal would be reversed polarity. That's good. Okay, I've got that figured out. Great. It's only taken about just over a week to figure it out. And I can hear the tone going out to the other below surround, which is at the back row. And put those other channels on and reverse the polarity on there. It was way better or simple. It was way better and simple and very disorientating when using the two REWs, the put two mkIII wizards up, put a mkIII wizard here, another one there, put it through multi-stereo channel mode through the Denon, have forward polarity, and then on the other one I'll reverse it. And so I had pink noise going out literally every speaker in the room, every speaker. And it sounded really very strange walking through it all. It was so disorientating. It made me feel a little bit, ooh, all right, that's enough. Turn it down now, turn it off, that's enough. And it gets even more disorientating if suddenly turning off a channel or going to another channel and reversing. That is on the Crown amplifier, where I could just reverse the polarity of one other speaker. Does no bearing on the other thing because they'll be outputting individually on an amplifier. But wow, that did a very very sick, very sort of sickening almost effect, because it's not something anyone would listen to on a daily basis. It was very, very unusual to experience that sort of thing. But now I've got this back up and running, I've got it figured out. But unless I can figure out how to do, it's got to be a way to reverse and put forward. And it has to go on the same things at the same time. So think about it. Generating pink noise from two mkIII wizards, and they're just going on to those Dolby SA10s. So I've got a forward phase, forward polarity, and a reverse polarity, both working or both sounding at the same time. You do that sometimes in mixing. You have one signal that's reversed, anti-phased, and you can pan it and move things around, and so it's encoded, and then you need the decoder to extract that sound and so forth. What's the bear up to? Naughty kitty cat. Anyway, yeah, I bet.